Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. So let's talk about something incredibly important for every Canadian: your emergency fund and your short-term savings. The question is, where do you put that money? For most of us, the money is sitting in a regular savings account at one of the big 5 banks. But did you know that the interest rates on those accounts is often next to nothing? I actually looked up the current rates for the big 5 banks right now, just to give you some perspective. RBC's regular savings account gives you a measly 0.05%. TD is also 0.01 to 0.05%, depending on your balance. Scotiabank is another 0.05%. And CIBC, once again, is 0.05%. It's so low that the money you have in your account is losing value to inflation every single day. You're literally getting pennies. You might be thinking, well, okay, I get it, but what about Tangerine or Simplii Financial? They advertise this huge rate, and you would be correct. Tangerine is currently offering new clients a promotional rate of 4.5% for 5 months, and Simplii is offering a 4.25% for 4 months. These, in theory, are incredible rates. But there is a little, or should I say big, catch. They are simply promotions. Once that period is over, their rates drop back down to their standard, much lower rates of around about 0.3% for both Tangerine and Simplii. Of course, it's a lot compared to RBC, but look, some people are professional rate hunters. They'll move their money from one bank account to another every few months just to chase the best promo. Hence, Tangerine and Simplii come into play. But for me personally, that's too much of a hassle. It's a lot of work. And it can be stressful to constantly keep track of deadlines, promotions, and, sometimes there are unexpected fees when you move large sums. It simply doesn't give me a peace of mind of a more stable, long-term solution for my emergency savings. I know firsthand how scary it can be to move your money out of a traditional bank. My first time doing it was when I moved my money from RBC to Motive Financial, which is an Edmonton bank. I was genuinely terrified. I kept thinking, oh my goodness, what if the money gets lost? What if something happens to it? There's not enough security in this bank. Luckily, Motive Financial had phone support, and, I was able to speak to a person who very calmly guided me through the entire process. Looking back, it was incredibly simple, but I understand that the fear is very real. If the thought of moving money from one bank to another is just too scary right now, that's absolutely fine. You can do that in a year or so, for example. But at the very least, you can lock your money in a GIC at your own bank. A GIC is a guaranteed investment certificate, and I've actually made a video about them that you can check out. GIC can often give you a higher interest rate than even the best savings accounts. And it's a completely safe way to get your money working for you, although it would not be as liquid. For example, RBC's 1-year GIC rate is currently at around 2.8%, which is a huge step up from their savings account's 0.05%. It might not be the highest rate on the market, but it's so much better than nothing. So if you're scared of moving your money to another bank account, at least get a GIC. Today, we're going to break down the best high-interest savings accounts in Canada that offer pretty great, in my opinion, everyday non-promotional rates. So you can set it and forget it. We'll look at 5 of the top options, ranking them from the lowest everyday rate to the highest. Before we dive into the list, if you're getting value from this video and you're interested in building a passive income machine of your own, please take a second and hit the like button. It tells the YouTube algorithm that my content is somewhat manageable and tolerable to watch once in a while, and hopefully recommends it to other Canadians who are trying to get their financial future together. And of course, if you like this video, check out my other videos, subscribe for more on building wealth, credit cards, financial news, and a lot of other stuff. That's what this channel is about. All right, thank you for that. Let's get to our list. Here are 5 of the best high-interest savings accounts in Canada right now. This list prioritizes institutions with a good, everyday non-promotional rate. As I mentioned, some banks offer massive promotional rates to sign on, leave some money with them, but the long-term rate is actually something to be desired. Number 5 is National Bank. Everyday rate is 0.75%, and I figured we'll start from a traditional bank, even though it's not one of the big 5s. National Bank's high-interest savings account offer is a base rate of 0.75%. And while this rate is significantly higher than the big bank standard savings accounts, I would say it's still much lower than what you can find from some online banks. But, this account has no monthly fees and no notice required for withdrawals, which is pretty nice. Number 4, I would say Motive Financial, probably. with their everyday rate of 2.25%. Motive Financial is the online banking division of Canadian Western Bank. Its Motive Savvy savings account offers a very competitive, non-promotional rate. This is a pretty great, reliable option for people who want consistently good return without having to worry about promotional periods ending. Your deposits, of course, are protected by the CDIC up to $100,000, and there is no notice required for withdrawals. Number 3 is the Oaken Financial, with everyday rate of 2.8%. Oaken Financial is a top player in the savings space. They are the deposit-taking arm of the home trust company and the home bank. Very consistently, I would say they offer some of the most competitive rates on both GICs and savings accounts. Their high-interest savings account has no minimum balance, and deposits are CDIC protected. There's also no notice required to withdraw your funds, which makes it a great home for your emergency fund. Number 2 is WealthONE, Bank of Canada, with everyday rate of 3.1%. Oh, I would say WealthONE is the consistent contender at the very top of the savings rate chart. It offers a very strong non-promotional rate on its high-interest savings accounts. And once again, same as the previous banks, there is no withdrawal notice for their high-interest savings accounts. And number 1 is perhaps my favorite one, is the EQ Bank of their 3.3%. I would say it's an absolute leader in the high-interest savings space, in my opinion. Its personal account offers a absolutely fantastic everyday rate that is consistently one of the highest in the country. Ever since I've been keeping an eye on it in 2018. There is no minimum balance and no monthly fees. And the account functions very similarly to a regular checking account. This makes it perfect for your short-term savings and, your emergency fund. However, I would say it's very crucial to note that EQ also has a separate notice savings accounts, which offer a higher rate for a 10 or 30-day notice period for their withdrawals. Now, it's a little bit confusing because technically the account that offers 3.3% is a checking account that requires a direct deposit of, I believe, $2,000 every month from your paycheck, which in my opinion is very much worth it anyways to just have a checking account with 3.3%. But again, notice savings accounts are also pretty good, and I would say 10 days notice a lot of the time is worth it, especially if you don't want to have a DD going into your EQ checking account. So anyways, for me, I would say it's a number 1 just because of the range of options they offer. And that actually includes the checking account as well that you can use day to day. So there you have it. 5 of the best high-interest savings accounts in Canada. For most people, the clear winner would be the EQ Bank or the WealthONE Bank, depending on what you prefer. Their rates vary from time to time, but for the most part, I would say the lack of fees and the high rates makes them an amazing choice for your emergency fund or your day-to-day savings. I would say the key takeaway is this. Please do not let your money sit in a traditional savings account earning 0.05%. The difference between 0.05% and 3.3% is not just a little bit of money. It's the difference between your savings actively working for you and your savings slowly getting eaten away by inflation. Let's pick a number. On a $10,000 emergency fund, that's the difference. Let's do some math. Here, you will be earning between $5 a year and $330 a year. Come on. That's real money that can pay for a dinner out or cover a small unexpected bill or, buy you a new Switch. It's the money you earn just by making one simple, smart choice. And this is what I'm trying to tell you. So take a look at your own savings account, right? I'm not telling you that you're wrong. If it's not working for you, now I would say it's a great time to change. The best time would have been yesterday. And every dollar you have has the potential to grow. So opening a high-interest savings account is very much the easiest and the safest, I highlight safest, way to make sure it does. But anyways, guys, what do you think? Are you a little bit scared transferring your money to a different bank? Which, if you are, I totally get it. I was on the same page as you. Or you just never realize how measly the money RBC or your own big bank or credit union is giving you compared to the top contenders. But the math is very simple. As I said, $5 versus $330. But think for yourself. Hope you enjoyed the video, and if you like the content, I would appreciate if you subscribe and give me a thumbs up. Thank you so much for watching and sticking around until the very ending. I appreciate your time. So, thank you. Take care. Bye.